We are talking about sort of the very beginning conversations that are starting to happen, that are starting to get a bit mudslingy with Donald Trump taking aim at Governor Ron DeSantis. Not Joe Biden, not the Democrats currently maybe in control right now and doing some damage to our country. We're talking about one of the most popular governors in the country and maybe one of the most popular potential people running.
It's not as nasty of an attack as some of the others, but it is something that a label that could get stuck to Ron DeSantis, and we're going to see how it plays out.
And to be honest with you, Ron reminds me a lot of Mitt Romney. So I don't think you're going to be doing so well here, but we're going to find out. But those are the facts. But I'm proud to say the final numbers just came out, and the primary elections, 98.6% of the people that I endorsed in the elections, in the primaries, won. Think of it, 90, like your temperature.
So
98.6, like your temperature. It's a good way to remember it.
He's able to throw a little bit of mud, not terrible. But
I mean, I don't know. Calling people Mitt Romney in this age is not great.
Right, but it's a political comparison rather than just name calling.
Though I guarantee you 99% of the people that voted for Donald Trump probably voted for Mitt Romney.
That's also
maybe
a
90%
fair assessment. But then he also turns it back and tries to talk about the history of the primaries, which a lot of political pundits have been trying to say Donald Trump's stock has diminished because the midterm election, rather.
No, it's all planned.
Right, but that he's saying, hey, no, actually, the people I endorse, 98.6, like your temperature, you'll remember that forever now.
Yeah, exactly.
That stat is connected to your body temperature of 98.6.
Yeah, he's good at that.
And therefore, he's saying, I actually had a successful track record in the midterm elections.
Let's go to Jerry in PA, line 2. You're on the air.
I participated in Trump's campaign in 2020. I volunteered, and he won big in my county of Mercer County, Pennsylvania. But I have to say, I'm very disappointed in him so far. I don't like this mudslinging that he's doing. And not only that, and I hate what they did to him, the Democrats, the radical left, the media, and the big tech companies, they demonized him to such an extent that there are just millions of people who will never vote for him. He is wounded. And if he does get the nomination from the Republican Party, I'm afraid he'll lose in a big landslide loss.
Yeah.
To the Democrats. So I have to say that I hope somehow I guess he is going to run, but I hope he doesn't make it. I hope that somebody else, probably Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
I hope he. And not only that, I saw a speech by Mike Pence, and he's pretty bitter about what he went through, he and his family, on January 6th. And, I think he's just too badly wounded, and the left has managed to brainwash and indoctrinate enough people that he can't win anymore.
This is interesting, Jerry, and I appreciate your call. And I know a lot of people share, a lot of people disagree with your opinion. But that's what's important. We have, hopefully all sides call in. And you may say, Logan, we don't have a whole lot of sound from Governor Ron DeSantis. Well, he hasn't really responded. There have been a couple times he's made some very light sort of responses, but there are almost no responses.
This was on his speech at the end of last week when he was in Davenport, Iowa, and this is basically kind of the theme that he's going around the country with these speeches that he's been giving. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Bite 22.
So we say very clearly in the state of Florida, we will fight the woke in the legislature. We will fight the woke in education. We will fight the woke in the businesses. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Our state is where woke goes to die.
Yeah, you kind of heard that rhetoric over and over again.
Right. That's been his kind of theme.
I am a little worried about that in the sense of we are so early, and I feel like I've heard where woke goes to die now. I feel 100 times already, and he's not running for president yet. But I understand that that's what people want to hear right now.
But it was also a part of his gubernatorial campaign.
Yeah.
And so a lot of that is carryover, and he's able to tout that record. He's able to showcase his book as well. And that is a lot of what these are, at least on the surface, what these speeches and this tour is doing, even though the groundwork of a campaign is also there as well.
Let's go to Thomas to wrap up our calls today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for taking the call.
Thanks,
I think Donald Trump is doing exactly what he needs to do. The fake news is focusing on this back and forth between Trump and DeSantis and not focusing on his education plan and national security and American manufacturing. So I think that Donald Trump knows what he's doing, and these little things are not to divide the Republican Party, but to keep everybody else at bay. And the reality is that to drain the swamp, that's a long continuing process, and that's what we need to do.
All right. Well, Thomas, thank you for your opinion on that. I appreciate you calling in. I think some people feel that way. Some people don't. Some people want to put more stake in going after Biden and the administration that's currently in office right now and saying, here's the negative. Maybe you're right. Maybe he gets more press by just going after DeSantis. You're probably right. I mean, that's the news story. That's the lead that we had today. If he just said Biden bad, we probably wouldn't be doing the show. So maybe you're right. Maybe.
Well, and to his point as well, we did see on MSNBC this morning that they were covering.
How dare you watch
the
MSNBC?
comments? No,
Will.
we have CNN, Fox,
traitor.
and MSNBC all up so we can monitor it.
I know. I'm just kidding. I just want to throw you
we
on the
didn't have
bus.
the volume up.
This guy, he watches MSNBC, told people on the radio, he said it, I heard him say it.
But we did see that they were covering these comments. And to Thomas's point, how many other times are they covering a speech of President Trump right now? They're avoiding those.
Yeah.
And so they were able to play and get his message out a little bit.
You're right. I mean,
It's not a bad chess move.